William Nylander and the Toronto Maple Leafs have agreed on a new contract, which will give him 11.5 AAV for the next 8 years, which also means he'll be 35 at the end of this contract. Now, guys, before we get started, we got a special guest in the house, our good friend Chris. We'll give you a little clap.
Yay. Welcome aboard.
Thank you for doing this, Chris.
Hello.
I hope you're excited. Hope you're excited to talk a little bit of trash of Toronto.
I'm always excited to talk shit about the Leafs.
So, look, Chris, since you are the guest, so before we get started, look, I want to talk about the contract, as a whole, before we talk about how it affects the Leafs. So we'll get your thoughts first, Chris. What do you think about the contract? Good or bad?
I don't think it's that bad.
In what sense? What do you mean it's not that bad?
What did he get, like 100 points last year? Something like that?
He got 80. He got 87 points
80.
last year. Yeah.
Well, he's on pace for over 100 this year.
This year is a different story.
With the cap going up, it's normal. This is what it is. It might be a little bit high, but he's playing in a Canadian market, so they have to pay a little bit extra.
Yeah, you, Joe?
Well, they had to sign him.
I know when it comes to these types of players,
season, you could risk losing him.
No, they had no choice. They had no choice to sign him.
I know when you have these great players, like
losing for nothing.
Yeah, exactly. When you have these great players, we could trade him. Look,
yeah, but Toronto's in contention. You're not going to trade away your leading.
Exactly. They're in no
man's land. Not now.
Like them,
Okay, well, look. I mean, this year, look, he has 21 goals, 33 assists as it stands, 54 points in 37 games. He's on pace for 46 goals and 73 assists, which adds up to 119 points, right? So obviously, it would be career highs. He's actually tied for fifth in the league with your boy Joe, Connor McDavid, but I'm sure Connor McDavid,
when it's all said and done, he'll be first.
Connor McDavid gave everyone a 20-game head start, and he's catching up to everyone right now.
He kind of did.
Look, guys, okay, I'll put it into perspective. He's been in the league since 2015. His first season, we won't even count. He played like 22 games. Now, from the seasons of 2016-17 season till 2020-21, never got over 61 points, William Nylander, right? It's only been the last, and during that time, he was injured too. I think he played 50 games twice. One of those 50 games, I think he got like 27 points. And the other one, I think he got like 44 points in 54 games. Now, the last two seasons, he's obviously been ripping it, right? He got 34 goals for 87 points. He got 80 points, 34 goals, and 87 points and 40 goals past two seasons. Now,
how many games did he play last year?
He's been healthy. He's played last year, I think he played 82, and the year before he played 81.
Okay.
But look, if you would have to compare Nylander, not salary-wise, but like, as a player to other wingers around the league, does anyone come to mind? Like, just to put into
wingers.
Yeah, well, because he's obviously a winger, right? I'm not going to compare him to like the likes of Elias Pettersson, because look, the only
poor man's Pasternak.
I
get paid less.
Yeah, okay, so exactly. So listen to this. The only wingers that are getting paid over 10 mil in the league are number one, as you said, Chris, Pasternak, 11.25. I think, everyone's in agreeing on that. Then Panarin, 11.6. Once again, good. Then there's Marner, also, a Leaf, right? 10.9, which I don't even think he deserves that either. And unfortunately, there's Huberdeau, 10.5, but obviously he got that contract, right, when he put up 115 points. So, like, do you put him in the same breath as those players, as a Pasternak? Because that's what he's getting.
Maybe a bit. I would put him a bit less, a bit like just a notch lower.
He's getting paid like them.
Yeah, well, that's because Matthews is taking a fucking $1 billion. Virus, you have all these guys. No one took a hometown discount. No one. Matthews, all he cares about is money. Right, so he takes 13.5 or whatever it is.
He's getting it next year. Yeah, starting next year.
The virus $11 million. They gifted.
But that was a while back. The virus was.
Yeah, but why? If you're Nylander, why would you take any less? Is that
I'm not blaming him. I'm not blaming him. I don't think anyone's blaming him. We're blaming the Toronto Maple Leafs.
Their roster management.
Like, one player that came to mind for me was Kyle Connor. I mean, he got drafted, Kyle Connor, the year later. So look, over their careers, and Kyle Connor is getting paid 7.1 right now, and I think he has a couple years left on his contract. Mind you, it was signed a couple years ago.
When did he sign that?
Maybe I don't know.
Nylander signing this contract in the midst of his best season. The cap is going up, what, 6 million next in the off season.
Yeah, but like, what is that
taken into account?
Yeah, because like Nylander has 558 games, 198 goals, 286 assists for 484 points, and Connor has 492 games, 226 goals and actually 226 assists, which is pretty funny.
Wow.
452 points. And so, they're almost in the same realm as points, but Connor does something that's harder, right? Which is to score goals. I don't know. For me, I think 9 million would have been good. I don't know about you guys. I think he was getting 6. He was getting 6. Give it like 9, 9.5.
All the great players now are going to get over 10.
Okay, what does that mean for Gensel? Gensel is also in the contract here. What the fuck is he going to get? Elias Pettersson. That guy, they must be fucking seeing dollar signs.
Pettersson's easy, like a
Pettersson is opening the vault of Vancouver.
Yeah.
He's going straight to the bank, blank check.
Yeah, but he's different. He's like a center. That's what I'm saying. Centers are definitely more important, especially your number one center. He also kills penalties. He runs your power play more or less. Like I guess that's actually Quinn Hughes, but you know what I mean. Like he's
you know what? You know what? I'll give to Nylander. He's the only one who shows up in the playoffs.
He is good. No, I mean, he's a great player. He's a star in this league. I mean, no one's denying that. I'm just saying Anyways, they definitely dug themselves a hole.
He's been consistent all year long.
I love it.
Huh?
I love that. It's a lot of money.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, exactly.
So you're wearing the Habs cap.
Yeah, exactly.
I would pay Nylander 13 to come to Montreal.
No, you wouldn't. You're fucking stupid. Yeah, okay.
That's part of me.
You're crazy. You're crazy. All right.
13, but 11 and a half. I would give him 11 and a half to come to Montreal.
I would not.
We have no one of that caliber on the way. 0.
He would be our best player immediately. I'll give you that. That's for sure. But
best player in the last 30 years, best player in the next 20. Unless I don't think anyone comes and retires here. There's no one else.
Yeah, I don't think Cole. Anyways, look, it's not about the Habs. Okay, so guys, next topic is how do you guys think this is going to affect Toronto going forward? I mean, Chris, as you said, Matthews starting next year, he's going to start getting paid 13.25, right? So and that's going to carry on for the next 4 years, for the next remaining 4 years of his contract. Yeah. So I mean, they definitely dug themselves a hole. No
How
UFAs.
long does Marner and JT have? One more.
Okay, they're both UFAs in 2025. So next year they're still there.
So I think they're going to do something in the offseason with them.
Do you think Marner's getting traded?
You can't go into the next season with 4 of your forwards making $45 million combined when you have no defense, no goaltending.
So right now, Matthews, Marner, Tavares, and Nylander together is 46.6 mil. Mind you, guys, they also have all no full moves. It's not like you can just trade these guys to anyone, right?
No, exactly.
They're going to pick and choose where they go. If you want to add right, if they go.
But who's going to want Tavares at 11 million?
Yeah,
they're going to have to eat up half of that contract.
For sure. Yeah,
so
Marner maybe. Marner
has more value for sure.
So if the odd man out is it used to be Nylander the odd man out, right? Back in the day.
Yeah.
But now it's looking more like Marner, if it does happen that way. So yeah, those 4 guys, 46.6 mil. If you add in Riley, I believe Riley's no one talks about Riley. I found he's like a cornerstone of that team.
For his price tag, it's
ridiculous.
It's almost a steal. Yeah.
They signed Klingberg in the offseason, and they put Klingberg at the run. Yeah, I know, Chris. I know you drafted him, and I had Riley, and I was pissed because he was fucking running the power play. Klingberg. I'm like, what the fuck? You just forget about Riley? Yeah, exactly. So if you add in Riley, that's 54.1 mil. So that's that's more than half the cap.
Be 90. The cap's gonna be 91, 92, something like that.
I don't think it's that high. I think it's gonna be 86, 87.
Yeah.
Okay, it's going from 81. I thought it was already 86.
I think maybe it's next year, the year afterwards, gonna probably get to 90. Because they were saying even in the next offseason, it might go up another 4 or 5 million.
Because
they're if they keep all 4 of those next year plus Morgan Riley, I don't know what they're gonna do. They might as well just not.
Well, they have Bertuzzi and Domi on 1 years. So they're UFAs next year. Bertuzzi 5.5, Domi 3. So basically, that's gonna be Nylander's contract. He's getting 6 now. It's gonna be the difference of it. As I was looking at, which I found pretty funny, their defense. I mean, other than Riley and McCabe, who they have until 2025 as well, everyone else is an RFA or UFA. And there's even defenses that I forgot. Well, Klingberg I didn't forget about, but Jake Muzzin, completely forgot about this guy that he plays. Yeah, he's been injured. You know what I mean? Liljegren he hasn't panned out as what they thought he would be. Connor Timmins, these guys are just AHL players, right? So they need defense, and they keep signing their forwards.
They don't have a great defense,
and their goalies.
Their goalies are
abysmal.
Martin Jones is stealing the show right now. But how long is that? It's going to last another week, and that's it.
I saw that they offered a 6th-round pick for goalies, and they're trying to like find a goalie for a 6th-round pick. Yeah, okay. I can come suit up for you for a 6th-round pick.
It's funny how the Oilers are getting made fun of by Leaf fans when at the beginning of the year.
Yeah.
Jack Campbell, and now look who's laughing.
Yeah. Well, I mean, Samsonov didn't really pan out. They put him on waivers, right? Well, Joseph Woll, I mean, if he was playing, I guess things could be different, but
isn't he young? That way. Like super young.
Samsonov was good last year, especially in the playoffs.
He's a rookie.
So it's strange.
Yeah.
Well, look, it's not like they lost anything. They signed him for 1 year at $1 million or even less, if I'm not mistaken. So like, it's not like they lost on anything other than the fact that they have no fucking goalie. So I don't know what they're gonna do there. That's what I'm saying. They backed themselves into a corner that it's not like they draft. I don't know if they have anyone in the prospect pool.
Well, the guys they signed Reeves, don't forget.
Yeah,
big guy.
Yeah, he's making a big difference.
Quite an addition, and I was injured. So
I was going around the league, and trying to compare Toronto to other teams, like the core of another team to their core. And look, the first team I thought of was Colorado, right? So McKinnon, Rantanen, Makar, and I even added Nichushkin and Georgiev. So not 4, I put 5 guys, and it's only 40 mil. I even added an extra person because I wasn't sure Nichushkin and Georgiev, like who would you guys add as a cornerstone? But because they don't live.
You're not counting Landeskog in there.
He's not there right now, right? And that's 40 mil. Even even Vegas, no one gets paid over 10 mil, except Eichel gets paid exactly. He gets exactly.
Eichel's the only one. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Chris, I remember a very long time ago, before Colorado won the cup, you said that there was no team that has won the Stanley Cup that a player makes more than 10 mil.
That's true. It was last year the first time. No, last year was the first time.
Well,
last year was the first time.
Okay. So McKinnon got his contract after. Sorry, McKinnon got his contract after.
Yeah. Carey Price was the first player to ever make it to the finals, getting paid over 10, if I'm not mistaken.
Okay. Well, that's it. So the way it's going now, if you look at Tampa, no one gets Kucherov, I think gets the most at 9.5. Even I remember back in the day, the glory days of Detroit. I think Nick Lidstrom got the most, and it was quite clear throughout the team that no one's getting more than him. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
The cap was low back then. It wasn't after the lockout. It was in the 40 million.
Yeah, it's even look at this contract. I mean, I guess you can say most contracts don't age well, except for Ovechkin and Crosby. But except for those guys getting paid fucking 9 mil and still ripping, it doesn't make sense. But I don't know what Toronto's gonna do. I know I'm sure fans are thinking the exact same thing. There's no mathematical.
They need defense and goaltending.
Yeah, but
they're not going to go anywhere without it.
They need to get rid of one of those guys. It's not going to be Matthews. It's not going to be Nylander. It's either JT or Marner. It has to be one of them.
Who's going to want Tavares?
No one. They have to wait it out. They have to wait it out.
Unless you trade him to Arizona or one of these teams.
You could buy him out, but then you're in the same. Well, yeah.
No, you paid for 2 years, but it's gonna be less. I don't know what this buyout thing is. You can check on Cap Friendly.
I think about Minnesota Wild, but I mean those are 2 buyouts, so it's a big difference. It's a little bit different.
I don't even know how they're 14 million, and they're not even that bad.
Well, this year they're kind of bad, but the whole time,
they started off fine. It's I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know.
Minus 14 million, that's a lot.
Yeah, I know. Bill Guerin, Joe, and I talked about it in another video. He definitely did a good job, putting that team together with with his hands tied behind his back. But I don't know. I don't know what's gonna happen to Toronto. Like I said, okay. So Tavares, no one's gonna take him.
No
one's gonna take him.
Marner, they could find some a team.
Yeah,
but they have to do it in the summer. They have to do it in the summer, early, because the later they go into the summer, the teams are gonna be like, okay, fuck it, and they're gonna go somewhere else. They're gonna sign other people, and then they're gonna have no more money left for this guy. Yeah, he's a good player, right? He's very good.
Yeah. Well, definitely, he's definitely good. They're all consistent players. That's what you guys were saying at the beginning of the show, right? That you can't let these guys go as much as you don't want to pay them. And
no, you can't.
They have all the power, these players, right? When it comes to negotiations. But
because if they were going to trade anyone like Nylander, let's say they didn't want to give him the 11.5, they would have to have done it in the summer to trade him. You can't do it mid-season. Teams don't have any money. You're not going to get full value for him.
Well, look.
No, I agree with that 100%.
Yeah, 100. But what I'm getting to is that the trade that just happened now, the Cutter Gauthier trade for Drysdale. Now, If the Toronto Maple Leafs knew Drysdale was available, would you think a trade of along those lines? Maybe, I don't know if it's Nylander or Marner, and obviously Anaheim would have to give more, but you get a good defense, a young guy, and would
but see, that's the thing.
Yeah.
That's the thing. If they would have done it now, they wouldn't have gotten that much more. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Unless maybe they would have, because Anaheim's rebuilding, right? So fuck it. But I find in-season trades are too hard.
I tried to look at defense that they could go for, even not just UFAs, but just in general they could trade Marner for, and I don't see any. Not that there's no defense. Obviously, there's plenty that come to mind, but I don't see any of those teams giving up those defense. You think
Vegas look at the bottom 10 teams? Go look at the bottom 10 teams and find a defenseman that's worth the Marner.
I don't.
Like San Jose.
Yeah, I know. No one.
Yeah.
What?
Arizona.
Yeah. Chris, Joe, we finally got our guy. Joe, Chris, pull up the stats, man.
This is our stats.
We've been waiting for someone.
San Jose.
No one.
Chicago. Tenorti. Where's gone? Anaheim. Drysdale's gone.
Well, they have. No, they don't. What am I saying?
They have Cam Fowler.
The young guy. They're not.
Cam Fowler, but no, I wouldn't trade Marner for Cam Fowler.
Ottawa's 29th. They're pathetic.
But Ottawa, Sanderson, Chikrin, Sanderson, I would.
But Ottawa's not going to trade with Toronto.
Why not?
Toronto's going to trade Marner to Ottawa.
Well, I don't know.
Ottawa's going to have to trade someone today. I don't know.
Yeah, well, he's not wrong. I don't think that's going to happen.
Columbus?
Maybe they're not going to trade star player like that.
Buffalo? Maybe Buffalo could trade, I don't know, Power or something. Minnesota, Calgary, then Montreal. Hey. When you give him Savard.
I don't. Yeah, exactly. Let's see what I mean. There's no one out. Yeah. I thought about maybe Vegas because they have Shea Theodore and Pietrangelo. But
why would they?
Because I don't know.
No, because they like these stupid shit. Yeah.
Yeah, they're just trained to trade. I feel and get rid of players. Sorry, guys, I'm a bit blurry. I think I'm back now. I've been blurry for a little bit.
I feel like Vegas was playing like NHL when they were doing their team, just trading for whoever big, and then boom, not Stanley Cup.
And they fucking won. I know.
They got Marc-Andre Fleury. They got a top 10 goalie as an expansion team. The Oilers have been looking for a goalie like that for 20 years.
Yeah.
Florida gave up assets for them to take Marchessault.
Yeah.
Right.
He's phenomenal.
Yeah. But
I feel bad for Seattle that everyone learned their lesson from Vegas.
But they still made the finals.
They made the playoffs last year and beat Colorado.
Yeah, and exactly. Yeah.
So it's not Court over there. Oh my God.
They're on fire.
That came out of
6 in a row.
They're good. Yeah. Even Arizona. Joe and I have been talking about Arizona, man.
They've fallen a little.
Okay, guys. Actually, going a little bit off topic right now, but haven't you found this year is the first year there's not a bunch of shit teams? There's 2 shit teams. And everyone else you could lose. No, but it's a good thing for the league.
Well, yeah, anyone could be anyone. But who was there? There's Chicago and San Jose are really bad, and Columbus.
The Habs get slaughtered by Buffalo, but they beat Dallas and Rangers.
Toronto lost to Buffalo 2-9-3.
This year is weird. This year is really weird.
But look,
I like it.
It's been fun so far this year. It's fun to see Toronto make stupid moves, and we'll see where it takes us. I don't know if you guys have anything else to add. Other than we all, I think everyone's gonna, wonder what they're gonna do in the offseason because they definitely need to adjust their defense and their goalie, and they have no money to do it.
Would you trade? Wait, Johnny, I know you're a Habs fan. I know Joe wouldn't do this. Would you trade our roster for theirs?
Why are you asking these questions?
Montreal's roster for Toronto.
Straight up.
Because Toronto has a really good team. They have those guys, and they always make the playoffs, and they're probably going to finish first this year. Right?
At what point do you give up?
Would you trade roster for roster?
Yeah, of course you would.
Yeah, I would. I would.
I don't know. I don't know that.
Just for getting Matthews and
I would. I would, but I want our head office. Does that make sense?
No. It's just team for team.
I don't want. Yeah.
Main roster. No prospects. Nothing like that. Just the roster right now. Then I probably do it too.
Yeah, of course you would. We fucking Matthews.
Yeah, but then our rebuild just goes quicker because I'm buying out John Tavares. Sending him. I'll trade him back to Toronto. Give me Suzuki.
Would you trade Edmonton's roster?
What, Montreal for Edmonton's roster? Of course.
Yeah.
I would trade our entire roster for McDavid.
There wouldn't be many rosters. There wouldn't be many rosters I wouldn't trade for, to be honest. But obviously there would be, but like Tampa, all these players, except Vegas. Vegas will go fuck themselves. I fucking hate them with a passion.
Why do you hate them so much?
Because we've been waiting my whole life to watch.
They got gifted this shit. They're cheapskates. They
won.
Pietrangelo/Draisaitl on the playoffs.
They won the cup in like 2 seconds, and I've been watching for like 30 years of my life. I didn't see shit.
They won the 2 finals already.
That's not their fault. Everyone was giving them players. The guy was
like, not just that. Like they were recycling players. Like they got Pacioretty. Guess what? You suck, and you got rid of him. And like, but even as a player, like I would be scared to go to Vegas because I felt like I'd get fucking fired the next year. But they still got all the players they wanted. So
yeah, but that keeps you on edge. It makes you play hard.
Or you don't have to do that.
or you don't win a cup either.
You should want to play hard no matter what. You don't need that as motivation. It's more like as a player, I feel like you're not comfortable there. But anyways, they won the cup. They got what they wanted. So it is what it is. But yes,
I don't really blame them, and I don't blame the league either for Vegas. Like that's the best way, because what are you gonna do? You can't have a team come in and be horrible for 5 years. The fans are not gonna show up.
Yeah, no,
that's how it used to be. That's how it used to be.
Support a new team, but we're horrible. It's
fucking.
They have to give incentive.
I get what you're saying, but like Joe said, yeah, it's always like that. It's been like that the whole life. When Atlanta came into the league, they fucking suck, and they sucked the whole life until they got rid of them.
Vegas was the exception to the rule. Because before that, the expansion teams always sucked.
Yeah. So, anyways, San Jose sucked too for a long time when they came in, right?
Yeah. Ottawa was terrible.
Ottawa was
terrible.
Yes, I don't know what's going on with them.
I don't understand them at all.
Because they have all the pieces, but they can't put it together.
They don't play well together.
Because you know what they did. This is Gabby wanted a shout out. Okay.
Okay, go ahead.
They did Gabby's rule. It's trade all your veterans, trade everyone for a bunch of picks and young guys, have no structure, have no good leadership, and then
I think Kachuk's
throw them to the Wolves. Yeah, but he's young. They're all young. Well,
they brought in Giroux. Yeah, exactly. Brought in Giroux.
One guy. I don't know.
Hey, look.
Giroux had to be there before, not come in after. He had to be there before. Like Savard with our defense core, same thing. He was there before. Now they're showing up with him already there. Not that they bring him in later and then try and teach them. The losing mentality is already with them,
Yeah.
Anyway,
it's not a video for. It's we're talking about Toronto, but anyways, we're talking about all the teams that suck, I guess, at this point. But
we've gone off the rails now.
We talk about Montreal; they suck the most.
I'm still better than Ottawa though. Even Toronto, as good as they are, we all know that once it comes to the playoffs, it's a different story, right? But look, we'll see what happens, man. We'll see what happens. For now, it's midseason, right? Let them make the playoffs, and if they win a Stanley Cup, then no one gives a shit about anything, right? Or even if they go like far in the playoffs, I don't think anyone's complaining anymore, right?
Tampa right now is like around the wild card spot. I hope they sneak right in and then play Toronto first round.
I don't know if they're going to win the division. Boston keeps winning.
Yeah, Boston is. I never see like. They have, like you said, Chris, the mentality is already there in Boston. No matter who they put in,
they have a winning mentality. That's what you mean.
So did Pittsburgh, but I guess you can say this year it's finally come to a halt. They always
they're too old, guys. They're too old.
So
even last year they didn't make the playoffs.
You know what Pittsburgh needs to do? They need to start giving their good players rest.
Yeah, I guess.
Give them a few rest days. They're guys. They're one foot in.
Yeah, exactly.
One foot in the NHL, one foot in a retirement home. They're.
No, they still want to play. Crosby, Malkin.
Besides Crosby, stop. Just forget Crosby. He's a phenom.
Malkin still wants to play. Malkin still wants to play. Malkin's still ripping it. As Joe, he hasn't for fantasy. Actually, he's this way.
He went a little cold for like a month, but yeah, he's almost a
play. Got five assists in one period.
All right,
6 in a game.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Well, we'll wrap this up, guys, because Joe's got to go watch Edmonton and Chicago starting in 15 minutes. We got to go watch them win 10-0. But
anything less than like 5 points from McDavid's a disappointment.
All right. Thanks, Chris, for doing this. You've been a great host. I applaud you once more. Thank you again.
Thank you.
If you guys if you guys have any comments, please leave a comment. Excuse me. If you guys want to talk about what Toronto could do, and everyone will see in the future, right? Till then, have yourself a good evening.